Today our class is about dielectric materials. The course outcome of this dielectric materials is how to apply these dielectric materials in engineering applications, and we can use them in the preparation of the mica, that is insulators, electrical distribution lines. Let us discuss about properties and types of the polarizations. So first, what is dielectrics? It is of two charges. Generally they are in combined position in all materials. How can we separate the two charges, positive and negative? By placing the materials in the electric field, positive charge will displace in the direction of the electric field and negative charge will displace opposite to the direction of the electric field. So with the help of applying electric field only, we can excite the electrons from valence band to the conduction band. Generally dielectrics are insulators, so they are poor conductors of the electricity. Electrons can flow only by applying the electric field in the dielectrics. This indicates dielectrics are the non-metals, conductors are the metals. They has very high concept of resistivity. So how can we change the property of a dielectrics? With the help of applying electric field, or the temperature changes also can be changed. Dielectric materials are electrically non-conductors. How we can observe the dielectric materials? Example: glass, ebonite, mica, rubber, wood and the paper. All dielectric materials are the insulating materials. The difference between dielectric and insulators lie only in their applications. Present class continues with dielectrics are non-metals having high resistivity. High resistivity means they oppose large amount of current. They can able to transmit only less amount of electricity. They has very large energy gap that is greater than 3 electron volts. Due to that, it can't able to transmit electrons from valence band to conduction band. All the electrons in the dielectrics are tightly bound to their parent nucleus. Due to that, we have to apply very large amount of electric field to transmit electrons from valence band to the conduction band. So difference between free electrons and the bounded electrons: if the electron is in bounded condition, electricity can't able to transmit. Suppose if the electron is free from the bonding, carry the current, the electrical conductivity of dielectrics is very low. They have negative temperature coefficient of resistance and high insulation resistance. Dielectrics has two types of charges: positive charge and negative charge. Positive charge plus Q and negative charge minus Q, separated by a distance, is called electric dipole. If the material is non-polar, plus and minus are in combination. If positive charge and negative charge will be get separated with application of electric field at certain distance in between them, this indicates the formation of the dipole. Next, properties of dipoles, that is dipole moment. Dipole moment is expressed as product of charge and distance between the charges. We have two types of charges. Among that, product of one charge and distance between the two charges. Units for dipole momentum is coulomb meter. Charge units coulomb, distance units is meters. Next property of dielectric metal is permittivity. It is one of the important property of a medium. This indicates how easily the material will be get polarized. Units for permittivity is farad per meter. Next important property is the dielectric constant. It is the important property of dielectric material. It measures the polarization of the dielectric materials. The ratio of the permittivity of medium to that of permittivity of the free space is known as dielectric constant. Symbol for dielectric constant is absolute permittivity by permittivity of the free space. Next, What is polarization? The process of producing electric dipoles in dielectric material with application of external electric field. In our present lesson, we discuss and we learn about two types of electric fields, external electric field and also internal electric field. Polarizability, how the ability the material will be get polarized. Symbol for polarizability is alpha. So we can get dipoles only with placing in electric field. So dipole momentum is depending upon the electric field. By replacing that we get alpha is equal to mu by E. Our today's class discuss about the polarizations, various types of polarizations and the purpose of studying about the dielectric materials. So the process of producing electric dipoles. Electric dipole means positive charge and the negative charge. Di means two, poles means the charges. So electric dipoles is in similar concept with the magnetic dipoles. In magnets we study about north pole and the south pole, and in electricity we study about positive charge and negative charge. So can we get this dipole as a natural phenomena? No, it is not a natural phenomena. We have to prepare this positive and negative charge in separation with the help of the electric field. External electric field can be applied to separate positive charge and the negative charge. Polarizability, it is denoted by the symbol alpha. So how can we get this polarizability? We can get this polarizability when we place this material in the external electric field. So without electric field we can't get the dipoles. So the material property of dipole is represented by mu. So we get mu only when we place the material in the electric field. So both of them are directly related. Mu is equal to alpha E. That means alpha is equal to mu by E. If it is ionic polarization, mu I. If it is orientation polarization, mu O. If it is electronic polarization, that is mu E. That differs in the types of the polarizations. Unit for polarizability is the farad meter square. How can we get a dipole? It is, this figure indicates without electric field and with electric field what are the changes in the dielectric material. So without field, positive and negative charges are in combined. If we apply electric field, positive charge will displace in the applied electric field and negative charges will be in the opposite direction. This is about active and the passive dielectrics. Active dielectrics, this is we get in when kept in the external electric field. Passive dielectrics, this restrict the flow of the electrical energy. So these dielectrics are said to be the insulators. Dielectric material is a non-conducting substance. Non-conducting means it can't able to transmit energy. Energies are of two types, electrical energy and thermal energy. If a substance is a bad conductor of electricity, then it is also a bad conductor of the heat. And here, why it is a bad conductor? Because the charges are in bounded condition. It is very difficult to get polarized such type of dielectric materials with applying normal amount of electric field. We have to apply very high amount of externally applied electric field. This describes the degree of the polarization concept of the given materials regarding dielectric properties, and we discuss dielectric properties of the solids. First, this is about the example of usage of dielectric materials. Here the dielectric is placed between the capacitor parallel plates, positive and negative. The purpose of using this dielectric material is it is acting as insulator between the capacitors. So what are capacitors? Capacitors are electrical devices which is used to store the charge. So in that capacitors we use this dielectric materials between the parallel plates. So we are discussing in our present lesson about entire biodata of these dielectric materials and where we use these dielectric materials and also the applications of these dielectric materials. So as we use these dielectric materials in the capacitor parallel plates,